Welcome to the Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
But look at this. They found out our favorite Disney songs according to generation.
Okay.
I read this article. Number one for boomers, A Whole New World, that song.
Okay.
Number one for millennials, What Dreams Are Made Of. And for Gen Z, I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Okay. Well, what about us? Gen X?
Who? No, they don't care.
Cares, sure. There were no Disney movies during our childhood.
No one is going to know.
We never saw one, so we couldn't be surveyed.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not even interested in our opinion. Don't worry about it. Thankful you're listening. If you're new to the show, here's something you should know. My name is Brant, by the way. Producer Sherry's here. We know that we're not hip and cool.
That's very true.
We know that.
And we would you say we've given up being hip?
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Because I would say 10 years ago, if you asked us, are you guys hip and cool? No, we weren't cool then either.
Right, that's true.
It's not a function of age.
Oh, okay.
Never.
That's, you know what, that's true, Brant.
Right. It's always like, we're not trying to
That's very true.
do that thing to impress you with how TikTok-y we are or whatever.
We're not, guys. We're not TikTok-y.
This tick and this talk,
we don't have it.
we know nothing of it. That's not really our thing. So if you're not hip and cool, welcome. Hey, so if you're new, you should know my name is Brant, by the way. I am one of the shock jocks. So I come along and I say stuff and it's like, what?
Come along.
Did you hear that? And then people are like, what? Where'd you hear that? Brant Hansen.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How do I listen?
We really haven't gotten to that point yet.
No, but that's where it's going.
That's where it's headed, sure.
And so, but I keep it clean. I'm a shock jock with clean stuff. Okay, they've concluded scientifically that you've been eating bananas wrong your entire life. And I was already onto this.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're supposed to eat them like monkeys do, which is
Brant.
No.
Okay.
Like a lot of us, if you grab a banana, you start with the stem on top.
Yeah.
And then you pull that away.
Sure.
Flip it upside down. It's actually easier to peel if the stem is on the bottom, and then it's easier to hold as well.
Why is that the right way?
It's just easier. It makes more sense. It's less messy.
Uh-huh.
It's try it.
Well,
So thanks for listening. It's true.
and you think this is
That's how I eat them too.
right.
And it's a much better way to do it. The monkeys are onto that.
Wait a minute, you're eating it like the monkeys
Oh, yeah.
eat it. Oh, okay, great.
Oh yeah, I'm proud to say I eat like a monkey. You know what's kind of cool, and I don't think it's. I hope this isn't like, look at me, I'm so spiritual. But I was thinking, I was thinking about envy. Mm-hmm. Like, who am I envious of? And I don't have a ready answer for that. And I think I would have earlier in life.
Yeah, that's nice not to have a ready answer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think that's a result of being more and more aware of what I've got. Because you can always be envious, no matter who you are. You can be a huge Hollywood star and be envious of the other stars or the younger ones or whatever. Like, it's just, it never ends unless you're content. And the only way I'm content is just by being thankful.
Yeah.
But it's such a better way to live. You can live life without envy. This is a doable thing. So thankful for Jesus. Let me count the ways. Let me count one way. Just looking at news and stuff, you can be overwhelmed by, there's anger, and then the response to the anger, which is more anger.
Yeah.
And then the response to that is more anger and more anger and more anger. And that's the human way. That's how we roll. Jesus comes along, gives us a different way to live, where you don't have to be consumed with anger, where our reactions don't have to be, I'm going to hit you back because you hit me. Like, this is, at some point it has to end or we're miserable. Here's God taking the form of a man, giving us his wisdom. I'm so thankful for it. It's a different way of life. It's so much more peaceful. Oh, look at this. We have more news that pertains to bananas for some reason.
Brant.
But it's good. This is interesting.
Okay, go ahead.
A study finds adding a banana to your smoothie pretty much ruins it in terms of, like, nutritionally.
Actually, that's true. Like, if you don't want a lot of sugar.
Oh.
Did you think that wasn't true?
Well, it says it stops you from absorbing antioxidants that would be like from your berries if you had berries in your smoothie.
Yeah, it's not the best thing to add to a smoothie.
Huh.
Yeah. That should have been your shocking fact. That's good. People need to know that.
But apparently you already knew it.
That's
A,
true.
and then B, the tone of your voice when you said, you know what, actually that's true, was like, as many times as I heard you, Brant, and this time you're actually making sense. And I want to.
I didn't mean that tone.
No, I picked up on it. Was there. I picked up on the tone.
You were talking about not being envious of people or not having a ready name of who you're envious of.
Yeah.
I think when we get older, we also realize whatever someone has, there's some stuff with it. Like the shininess of whatever I think I'm seeing isn't the total story.
So Shaquille O'Neal said something really interesting.
Okay.
I just read it. He said, please don't call me a celebrity. He's like, he realizes he is. Mm-hmm. He's like, celebrities have lost their mind, he said.
Oh, wow.
And they're miserable. Mm. And I'm not miserable, and I hope I haven't lost my mind. And but that just points out, like, he's a guy who traffics in celebrity. He knows, but he's looking around. He's like, no.
This isn't all it's cracked up to be.
He also said something funny. He was talking about money with his kids. He's like, you ain't rich. I'm rich. Which is actually a really smart thing to say. It's like if you want to raise well-adjusted kids. But I thought that was really interesting.
He was so sweet and self-deprecating and self-aware in telling the story about being traded, about Hardaway, about all of those things. There was it stands in stark contrast to Jordan's documentary where you're still raging against a machine. What machine?
Your old high school coach.
Yeah, you are the machine. But he's like, I was young. He was like, and it was ego. I left for ego, he said, because I was disrespected and I was envious of this guy. And they have a beautiful thing. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's at the end of it, the 30 for 30. And it's him and Hardaway are sitting next to each other at the pool. And it's like they just have like their little drinks or whatever and their legs are crossed. And he says to him, I don't know if I ever told you sorry, man. Like the way that I acted, and then they gave up each other a pound, like pounded up, and then the credits roll. But he was so taking on himself.
I get that impression strongly from him.
Yeah, and that documentary was all, I did that, but you know what? I was young.
I was young.
And I was stupid, and I was egotistical, and I was full of myself. And he just gave no space to himself to say, well, they. There was, he felt disrespected, and there may have been some there, but he puts all the blame and all of it on himself, and I was really impressed with that.
I remember when he was in high school, and he was being recruited by Illinois.
Okay.
And we were one of his finalists. But I remember reading about this recruit and going, "Oh, his dad is a tough case, Sergeant."
Oh, okay.
O'Neal.
I didn't know that.
His name was.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, his dad is a military guy who was tough and loving is what he was called.
That'll do it.
Yeah, but you could see that he's doing that with his kids too. He's got common sense.
It was really good.
Very difficult not to like that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're interested in helping us, this would actually help us. Sherry and I both bank with America's Christian Credit Union, and it's a really sweet thing. What they do is fund a lot of adoptions and ministries and missions. Very happy with it. And if you want to support the show, they're a sponsor, so if they see traffic coming from our show, they'll be like, hey, let's keep sponsoring that.
And that's always nice.
And if not, they should be like, forget it.
Right.
So if you go to BrantHansen.com, you can find out more. Scroll down there. Again, we can tell you we really love it. America's Christian Credit Union, and you'll find it if you scroll down at BrantHansen.com. A little update. Saw some birds on our patio and back. And I was like, I like birds.
Yeah.
I went and got me one of them bird feeders, and I put some bird seed in there.
No birds were coming last time we talked, right? Yeah. Okay.
Still no birds. It's been a month.
Not even the ones that were there before you got the...
We had occasional birds. And since I put the food out there, I've not seen a single bird ever again.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I understand. I bought the stuff. I got the thing. I researched it. I rate it like the food nicely on a thing.
You seem distraught. I'm so sorry.
Well, I just don't. You don't
you
have to
put
leave.
your heart out there.
I understand if you don't want it, but you don't have to leave. It's easy to get discouraged. That happens, but I wonder if this is true. I heard this and I started thinking about it. I think it probably is true. You know what? With as much chaos as there is in the world, and we can see that, we're confronted by it every day, something we're not aware of every day, there may be more people singing praises to God now than ever before in history. Simply because there's more humans, for one thing.
Yeah.
But the number of people who would say that Jesus is actually the Lord, it's over, clearly over 1 billion. I have no clue, but just in terms of world population and whatnot, that's no small deal. Like, God even says he inhabits praise. Like when we are singing these songs you're listening to on the radio, there's other people singing along. But there's hundreds of millions of people that sing to God and tell him the truth about who he is. And what a wonderful thing it is. So we invite you, actually, you don't have to be perfect at all. None of us are, but we'd love to have you join the choir. Okay, we admit this. We have a nutrition problem, all right? We just do, as a culture.
Yeah.
All right?
We're struggling.
Well, Mars is coming out with the candy company.
Uh-huh.
They're launching Snickerdoodle Twix flavor. So it's Twix.
Ooh. That sounds delicious.
It sounds incredible.
But to your point, maybe something we don't need as a culture
They should
right
not
now.
do that.
Yeah. However.
But that's a great idea. And they shouldn't do it.
No. But man.
But wow, is that a great idea. But given
our current circumference.
Right.
Sure, yeah.
They shouldn't do it.
Yeah. But
whoa, that sounds great. But yeah.
No to that.
Yes, this is how we humans roll. It says here, most people, if they hire someone to come clean their house, they tidy up first before the person gets there, right?
Yep. Done it.
Same thing with the dentist.
Yes.
Like, suddenly I'm going to make up for 6 months of neglect.
And they're not going to know.
Right. Vigorously
Yeah,
brushing.
yeah.
Oh, well, you look fine.
Look at you.
But I just think it's so interesting, too, because I'm afraid we do this spiritually as well. Because a lot of us will wait to start talking to God until we get our act together. Or we think we have gotten it together, or we feel better about it. Like, don't wait. It's like, oh, no, I got to clean myself up completely. No. This is not how this works. Like, he will walk with you. He'd rather have us messy than not have us at all. I've learned that I keep going back to him no matter what. Check this out. They're doing this on the Tick and the Talk. They're doing this.
Yes.
A new cooking term has gone viral. It's water-based cooking.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, my mom or my wife would call it boiling.
Boiling? I was going to ask, but I was like, they can't be talking about boiling because they would just call it that. Okay.
It's water-based cooking.
Oh, okay, so we're just going to rename things we've been doing for many, many, many years.
I just discovered it. And
Yay,
I, for one,
Tick and Talk.
cannot wait until they find out. Don't tell them yet.
Okay.
But the stuff you can make with fire.
Oh, man. Boy, are they in for a great life.
Wait till they find out about fire-based cooking.
For the podcast, I will tell you that I was playing the song Break Their Teeth over and over again because I love it so much. And my mom was like, what are y'all singing? Because she could hear it. Yeah. Sherry, what did he say? What Brant say? I said, he said, break their teeth, oh Lord. See, y'all play too much on the radio. I said, that was on the podcast. I said, we would never put that on the radio. It wasn't on the radio. Still, y'all be playing too much. I mean, I know y'all think it's funny because y'all laughing and stuff, and here's the good part. I said, Mom, it's in the Bible.
Right.
She said, what?
Right.
I said, it's in our church tradition growing up, one of the affirmations that you will yell or say to the preacher is that's in the book, meaning it's the Bible, right? Yeah. So I say, he's in the book. He is in the book. So she go, what? So I say Psalm 3. Brant, My mom, I wish I had a camera, grabbing her phone and saying to herself, let me see what this boy is. Scroll, 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 scroll. So I'm telling her verse.
See you doing it,
She was like, with her little nails and her little ring. Then she said, well, that's right there, Sherry. You right. He's in the book. I said, that's what you may not like it, but he didn't come up with it. That's David singing it, Mom. He just put a different spin on it for our time. Oh, it was so beautiful. Y'all play too much over there.
Yeah, that is very funny. It's in Psalms like 3 times.
I know, it's
like
multiple times.
Break their teeth is like a theme.
It is sub-theme, colon, break their teeth.
Study Bible.
The break their teeth study Bible.
Break their teeth study Bible.
The Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.